Are you looking to take your Google Ads to the next level? Maybe you've seen some success in your campaigns and now you're ready to scale up. But hold on for a second. Scaling Google Ads isn't as simple as raising the ad budget and watching the results pour in. In fact, there are some common misconceptions about scaling that could be holding you back or even hurting your campaigns. Today, we're going to bust those myths. Whether you're running your own Google Ads for your Shopify store or you're generating leads for your business, understanding these key points about scaling Google Ads could be the difference between wasted ad budgets and real sustainable growth. So let's dive in and uncover the truth about scaling your Google Ads campaign. By the end of this video, you have a clearer picture of what it really takes to scale effectively and efficiently. If you're ready, let's get started. Hi, I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI Doctor. I help Shopify store owners like you double their revenue with profitable Google Ads. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Want to check if your Google Ads are sending the right shoppers to your store? I have a free resource for you. The Google Ads Pulse Check. It's a 9-point diagnostics checklist that helps you diagnose if your ads are attracting the most likely buyers. If you're not, it's time to review your campaign and or your landing pages as well to make the improvements needed to drive those sales for your store. Head over to claricelin.com to download it. You can also find a direct link in the description and pinned comments. Without further ado, let's dive into our topic for today. The 5 misconceptions about scaling Google Ads. In this video, we will address the 5 most common misconceptions about scaling Google Ads. These are often oversimplified approaches that are used when trying to expand their ad campaigns. Throughout the video, I will use a lemonade stand example to illustrate the flaws in those popular scaling methods. And most importantly, I will explain why these approaches don't work and provide you with the correct strategies to successfully scale your ads. If you're a business owner, understanding these principles is crucial for improving your ad performance and avoiding common pitfalls. Let's examine these misconceptions and learn how to effectively grow your Google Ad campaigns. The first misconception I want to address is the budget increase misconception. This is a chart of how advertisers view the relationship between ad budgets and sales. When the ad budget is increased, the sales should also increase proportionally, right? But does simply increase your budget guarantee better results? Of course not. And this is why. Imagine you have a lemonade stand. If you're selling out every day, simply buying more lemons won't necessarily double your sales. Why, you might ask? Because you need to consider a number of factors to make this work. Number 1, demand. You need to ensure that there are enough people who would buy your increased production of lemonade. Number 2, pricing. Even if there are more potential customers, they need to be willing to buy at your current price points. Number 3, consider your competition. New sellers might set up nearby offering lemonade at lower prices. In Google Ads terms, this is like new advertisers entering your market. Next, alternatives. Competitors might start selling drinks and ice cream, becoming attractive alternatives for potential customers. Similarly, in Google Ads, competitors might target related keywords or create more appealing offers. Just as with your lemonade stand, scaling Google Ads requires more than just increasing your budget. In some cases, if you're looking at a small increase in budgets like 10 to 20%, that could still yield similar results in your campaign. But if you're looking at doubling your high amount of ad budget or more, you need to consider market demand, pricing strategy, and competitive landscape to ensure effective scaling. The second misconception I want to address is campaign setup misconception. Many believe they can scale up without changing their original strategy, which can lead to inefficiencies. Let me elaborate with the same lemonade stand example. Imagine your lemonade stand has been successfully selling 100 cups a day in a local park. You decide to scale up, aiming to sell 1,000 cups a day. Here's how the misconception might play out. In your initial setup, you have one stand in the park, one flavor, which is classic lemonade, and you're open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You make and serve all the lemonade by yourself. Without the strategy change, you attempt to scale up your operations. You simply try to make and sell 10 times more lemonades with the same setup. The problems that could arise from this: the supply. You can't squeeze enough lemonades by yourself for 1,000 cups. Location limitations. The park may not have 1,000 potential customers per day. Limited product range. Not everyone wants classic lemonade, and in this scenario, you could be missing out on other potential customers. Your limited operating hours. Your current hours might not catch the early morning or evening crowds. Staffing. You can't serve 1,000 customers alone without long wait times. To truly scale, you need to adjust your strategy to make it effective. And these are a couple of ways you can do that. Multiple locations. Set up stands in different high-traffic areas. Offer an expanded menu. Offer various flavors and maybe some snacks to potentially increase average order value. Extended hours. Open earlier and close later to catch different customer waves. Hire help. Bring on staff to manage increased production and sales. Optimize your processes. Invest in better equipment for faster lemon squeezing and serving. Just like the lemon stand, scaling a Google Ads campaign requires strategy adjustments. For example, it could be expanding to new relevant keywords to target a wider group of shoppers. It's similar to having new locations to sell to more potential customers. Or creating more ad variations, similar to having new flavors. Or adjust ad scheduling, having your ads run at certain times of the days or days of the week. It's just like changing operating hours to catch more people most likely to go past your lemonade stand, or use automated bidding strategies for Google Ads. Just like hiring smart assistants to help with your operations. Improve your landing page and conversion paths. It's just like optimizing the lemonade stand's processes, like offering multiple payment options, catering to customer preferences, and enabling faster transactions. The key takeaway from this misconception here is scaling isn't just about doing more of the same. It requires rethinking and optimizing your entire strategy to handle increased volume efficiently and effectively. The next misconception I want to address about scaling is reach versus relevance misconception. Scaling isn't just about reaching more people, but reaching more of the right people. When you're reaching more people, but not everyone is interested to buy from you, you're not getting more sales. But if you're reaching more of the right people, you're more likely to drive sales because they will be interested in your products. Let me explain with our lemonade business. Imagine you decide to scale your lemonade business by moving to the busiest intersection in town, putting up huge billboards visible from miles away, handing out flyers to everyone who passes by. As a result, you reach thousands of people daily with your advertising. But many people are in a hurry, don't like lemonade, or aren't thirsty. In this scenario, you waste resources on uninterested people. Sales increase slightly, but costs skyrocket. However, if you're reaching more of the right people, it will be a different story. Now imagine you scale by setting up multiple stands in strategic locations. For example, near a popular hiking trail, at a farmer's market, or perhaps outside a gym. At each location, you tailor your offerings. For example, at the trail, you sell energy-boosting flavors and electrolyte-enhanced options. At the farmer's market, you offer organic, locally sourced ingredients. At the gym, you offer low-calorie and protein-infused varieties. For each new location, you adjust your marketing message for each audience. At the trail, you could put up refresh and recharge for the journey ahead. At the farmer's market, you could put up taste the freshness of local ingredients. Or at the gym, quench your thirst, fuel your workout. As a result, you reach fewer people overall, but they're more likely to be interested. You get a higher conversion rate, which is more sales per person reached. You achieve better customer satisfaction and repeat business. You're using your resources more efficiently, and that leads to sustainable growth in sales and profits. Just as a lemonade stand owner scales effectively by targeting the right locations and tailoring their offerings, successful Google Ads scaling isn't about reaching everyone. It's about reaching and engaging the right audience with the right message at the right time. And how does this relate to Google Ads? If you focus purely on reaching more people, you might be broadly increasing budgets across all your campaigns, or you are using only broad match keywords, or perhaps you are targeting a wide geographic area, or you could be using generic ad copy that tries to appeal to everyone. But if your goal is to reach more of the right people, which is a more effective approach, You could consider these approaches instead. Segmentation. Create separate campaigns for different products or services, just like having different lemonade stands at different locations. Targeted expansion. Research and add new relevant keywords. Expand to similar audiences and lookalike audiences. Customizing your ads. Create tailored ad copy for each segment. Use ad customizers and dynamic keyword insertion. Or you could utilize smart bidding. Utilize automated bidding strategies to target the most valuable clicks. Using ad extensions. Use relevant extensions to provide more information and options to users. With a more targeted approach, you're more likely to see a higher click-through rate, a better quality score, and that helps to get a lower cost per click over time. And of course, that will lead to improved conversion rates with a higher return on ad spend. Just as a lemonade stand owner scaling effectively by targeting the right locations and tailoring the offering, successful Google Ads scaling isn't about reaching everyone. It's about reaching and engaging the right audience with the right message at the right time. Let's go into our next misconception. Keyword strategy misconception. There's often confusion about how to adjust keyword targeting when scaling. Many advertisers believe they should simply target broader keywords or drastically increase their keyword list. However, effective scaling requires a more nuanced approach to keyword strategy. Let's go back to our lemonade example. Imagine your lemonade stand starting with a simple menu. You're offering the classic lemonade, using keywords like lemonade, fresh lemonade. A misguided scaling approach could be you deciding to scale by broadening your offerings. Example of broadening your keywords widely could be like using the words drink, refreshment, and beverage. Or adding every remotely related keywords like summer drinks, citrus juice, thirst quencher, fruit drinks. As a result, you attract people looking for sodas, alcoholic beverages, or even water. Many shoppers are disappointed when they realize you only sell lemonade. In this scenario, you are wasting resources on irrelevant traffic. Conversion rates drops and the cost increase. However, if you were to be strategic with your keyword selection, you can scale your keyword strategy by expanding your menu thoughtfully with these options: classic lemonade, strawberry lemonade, sugar-free lemonade, and sparkling lemonade, using a phrase match, which could be homemade lemonade, best lemonade in a certain city. Or you could be using exact keyword match, freshly squeezed lemonade, strawberry lemonade. Or you could be adding negative keywords like alcohol, soda, and beer. As a result, you attract people specifically interested in lemonade and its variations. Visitors find what they're looking for, improving customer satisfaction. Your resource efficiency improves as you target more relevant traffic. Conversion rates increase and costs are better managed. As you might have realized by now, the connection with Google Ads. A misguided approach could be using only broad match keywords or adding irrelevant keywords just to increase reach, or you are neglecting to use negative keywords. However, if you are more strategic with your approach and you expand more strategically, you add keywords that are related to new products or services as you scale. You use keyword research tools to find related terms. Or you could be using phrase match for more targeted reach. Or perhaps only utilizing exact match for high intent searches. Often, these approaches are less competitive and more cost effective. When you are building on your negative keywords, you continuously refine to exclude irrelevant traffic. You should be also doing search terms analysis. Regularly review your search terms report. This helps you to identify new keyword opportunities and potential negatives. The benefits of strategic keyword expansion means you're choosing more keywords carefully, which leads to a higher click-through rate, improved quality score, lower cost per click, better ad relevance, and obviously increased conversion rates. Just as a lemonade stand owner scales effectively by thoughtfully expanding their menu and targeting the right customers. Successful Google Ads scaling involves strategic keyword expansion. It's not about targeting everyone, but about reaching the most relevant audience with precision. Let's go into the next misconception. The costs misconception. Many people don't realize how costs might change as they scale, leading to budget issues. Many advertisers believe that when scaling their Google Ads campaign, their costs will increase linearly with their budget's increase. They often assume that if they double their budget, they will simply get twice the results at the same efficiency. This misconception can lead to unexpected budget issues and disappointment in campaign performance. Let's go back to our lemonade example. Let's say your lemonade stand is doing really well, selling 100 cups per day at $2 each. The cost per cup is 50 cents, which takes into account the cost of your lemons, sugar, and water. Your profit will be $150 per day. Let's say if you were to scale up, aiming to sell 1,000 cups per day, you expect your revenue to go up to $2,000, which is 1,000 cups at $2 each. Your total cost will be $500, which is 1,000 cups at 50 cents each. Your anticipated profits will be $1,500. But reality sets in. New costs emerge. You need to hire staff to handle the volume of this larger operation. You require larger equipment, juicers, or coolers to store your lemonade. You may need to rent a larger space or multiple locations. Competition could react to your larger scale operation. Other lemonade stands might notice you're doing really well and start offering a lower price, and you need to spend more on marketing to stand out. Diminishing returns on location. New locations might not be as profitable as your original stand. As a result of this, your actual result, revenue, could be $2,000, 1,000 cups at $2 each. The cost could be $1,800, increased cost for staff, equipment, and marketing. And your actual profit becomes $200. Now let's link this back to Google Ads scaling. The misconception in Google Ads is advertisers often believing that increasing their ad budget will result in a proportional increase in conversions at the same cost per conversion. But the reality in Google Ads is there could be increased competition for ad space. As you bid on more competitive keywords, cost per click could rise. Competitors may react to your increased presence by raising their bids. Audience saturation. You may exhaust your most relevant audience, leading to targeting less of interested users. This can result in lower click-through rates and conversion rates. Your quality score could change. Rapid scaling without maintaining ad relevance can hurt quality scores. Lower quality scores can lead to higher cost per clicks and lower ad positions. New keyword territories. By expanding into new keyword areas, you may have different performance metrics. Some new areas may be less efficient than your original core keywords. Increased management complexity. Larger campaigns require more time and potentially tools to manage effectively. You might need to hire agencies or in-house experts, adding to costs. What are the strategies for effective cost management when scaling? Scale gradually. Increase budgets incrementally to monitor performance changes. This could be managing each increase by 20% or less, and review those performance regularly. If it performs well, you can consider increasing by another 20% and so forth. Using segmentation. Break your campaigns into tightly themed ad groups for better controls. Organize your keywords by levels of buying intention to better manage your keyword strategy and ad budget allocations. For example, someone who searches for best coffee beans might not be ready to buy so quickly because they need more time to do more research, versus someone who searches for Blue Mountain coffee beans from Jamaica and knows exactly what they want to buy and might be ready to buy very soon. Bid automation. Utilizing smart bidding strategies instead of manual cost per click to adapt to changing auction dynamics. This allows your campaign to quickly adjust your bids to get the conversions you're looking for. Carry out regular audits. Continuously reviewing and optimizing your campaigns to maintain the efficiency. Expand strategically. Research and test new areas before fully committing your budget. The key takeaway from this: just as scaling a lemonade stand involves more than just buying more lemons, scaling Google Ads isn't as simple as increasing your ad budget. Successful scaling requires anticipating and managing changing cost dynamics, maintaining efficiency and strategic expansion to new areas of opportunities. If you want to learn more about scaling Google Shopping Ads in a profitable manner, check out my video right here. Link can also be found in the top right-hand corner of the screen. If you are looking to scale up your ads to multiple countries, check out my other video right here as well, the 80-20 rule to target multiple countries with your campaign. Link in the top right-hand corner of the screen. If you're struggling with scaling up your Google Ads, I can help. I've helped Shopify stores achieve over 500% return on ad spend with PMax campaigns. Get in touch to find out how I can help you achieve similar results. My contact details in the description and pinned comments. Alternatively, head directly to claricelyn.com. If you found this video useful in understanding the misconceptions around scaling, and now you know what you can do to scale effectively, do remember to give me a like and let YouTube know. I would also appreciate your support. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions about the misconceptions around successfully scaling up your campaigns. And do subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on doubling your store traffic and sales with profitable Google Ads. I'm Claricelyn, the ROI Doctor, signing off. Till the next video, stay profitable.